Newzroom Afrika's Ayanda Nyathi is live for us from Dubai to tell us if this is really the case. Ayanda, well, firstly, I must admit I am quite jealous, but let's not get distracted. Tell us about what's happening there.
You're allowed to be completely distracted there, Ntanta. I'm very happy to give you some reprieve from the ongoing elections hype that's taking place in South Africa. You're absolutely right. Expo 2020 really comes alive at night, and behind me is a performance that started literally seconds ago. Before this point, it was extremely quiet, and now it's already a hive of activity. Didn't take long for it to attract audiences from all walks of life, really. It's called The Sun, The Star. We'll speak about it in just a moment. First, there's a ordinary person, really, who tells me he's from the UAE, who saw us set up here and wanted to speak to us. Let's get a sense of what he has to say first. He's standing right next to me. Sir, hello, you're live on Newzroom Afrika. Tell us your name, tell us why you're here at Expo 2020.
My name is Muhammad. I'm from UAE, from Sharjah. And I am so actually happy to see all the world here.
Right. What's your favorite thing that you've seen so far? I mean, you're from the UAE.
Yeah.
How are people responding to Expo?
Actually, I see the people everywhere, and the people are. I'm actually so happy to see. I'm so proud of my country because we have Expo this year.
Lovely.
And I want to ask you, you are happy here or no?
We love it here. You can think you guys have treated us very well.
Yeah.
Very quickly, your favorite spot at Expo? What do you like the most?
Pardon?
What are you liking the most at Expo?
Actually, I just come now and I start with the African section. So just now I come.
Lovely. Thank you so much for speaking to us, man. Really appreciate it. So they have it, Ntanta. One guy really who is just keen to be on television in some respects, but also giving us a sense of how people here in the UAE are responding to the Expo itself. I spoke about the performance behind me. The man who put it all together is Jason Coleman. He's the artistic director. I'm going to walk over to him, get you a sense of his thoughts at this moment. Jason, thank you for your patience. It's great to also have you on Newzroom Afrika. Let's speak about the business taking place behind us. I mean, take us through what the idea in putting together this performance was.
Okay, well, we put the performance together especially for Expo Dubai 2020, and it's what I call edutainment, so a little bit of education for the kids and a little bit of entertainment for the adults. Basically, the show's about the love affair between the sun and the moon, and it's all told on the red carpet of the Galaxy Awards. So it's a little bit fun, a little bit loose, and the audiences are thoroughly enjoying it.
Right. So you're actually the artistic director for Expo 2020, at least for daily entertainment. Help us understand what that actually means for the work that you do in the lead up to Expo and during the Expo itself.
Okay, sure. Well, I've developed a company here of performers, over 150 performers in the company from 33 different countries, including from South Africa. And I'm really proud of this company. I believe it to be quite possibly the biggest and most diverse company in the world right now. It consists of singers, actors, dancers, breakdancers, circus performers, musicians. I mean, every genre of performance you can think of, all in one performance company. Dubai 2020 is the most exciting place to be on earth right now. And may I say, after the 2 years of COVID, our entertainment industry was decimated, closed down around the world. So we feel really, really lucky to be here, a part of this, doing what we love and taking entertainment to the people.
Right. And you almost get a sense that people had always been thirsting for the kind of entertainment taking place behind us. How has the break that nobody anticipated because of COVID changed how you put together your work?
You know, I walk the sunny side of the street. I love what I do. I feel so privileged to be in the entertainment industry. I think we are the magic makers. We're the modern day gypsies, you know. We travel the world from city to city, and it's our responsibility to take people on a journey. People come along to our theatres, our stages, our esplanades, whatever the forum is, and there's an opportunity here for them to forget about their lives, forget about their problems, forget about the issues they have going on, and we get to take them somewhere, whether it's for 2 minutes, 10 minutes, or 2 hours. And I really think it's a great responsibility, and I feel so privileged and honoured at this point in my life to be doing this. And my first job when I was 18 years old as a dancer was performing in the Expo 88 dance company. And now, 35 years later, here I am leading the company that I was once a member in. So the full circle nature of my life, it feels very rewarding. I'm really happy to be here.
Speaking about full circles, there are a whole lot of spheres on the stage at the moment. This is a performance called the sun and the moon, a love story in some instance. Get us a sense of why you chose those two elements in particular to convey, I guess, a story about love.
I was given 3 district stages here, as well as the many other performance spaces. There was 3 district stages. One of the stages is called the sun stage, another stage is called the earth stage, and a third stage is called the sea stage. This is the sun stage, so I wanted to write a story that was light and easy for everybody to watch, but it was about the sun, and so I decided to write it about the galaxy itself, and then when I wrote 2 different versions for the show first that were a little bit more serious, but then it hit me to write a love story between the sun and the moon, and everybody can relate to love, yes?
Yeah.
Totally. So it's a fun little exploration of that story, and it basically finishes by the moon falls in love with the sun, and then the sun realizes that she too loves the moon, and at the end they can't work it out because they travel each other around the planets, and then the moon comes up with the idea that once every day, once every couple of years, that they can meet in the sky during the day, and instead of reaching out for her sweet sunny lips, that they can come together and call it an eclipse.
Wow, right. I've spoken to local journalists who've said that they've covered things like the World Cup, and even the World Cup in some instance doesn't measure to what's taking place here at Expo. For people watching in Africa, in South Africa specifically, help us, I guess, put into perspective the scale of what we're dealing with here.
You know what, it's one of those things that's hard to imagine, isn't it? But it is 4.5 square kilometers of the most amazing architecture, entertainment and culture that has ever been put together on Earth. I've worked on 2 other expos, and they don't match anything to the size and quantity and feel and look of this extraordinary space that we're in. If anybody is fortunate enough to have the opportunity to visit as you have, I highly recommend coming and experiencing a part of Expo 2020, because it really is the greatest place on Earth right now.
Yeah. Very quickly before I let you go, how are you sustaining the levels that we're seeing on the stage? Given how long this Expo is going to run, I mean, that's always an ongoing concern. It's all great, I guess, to have people enthusiastic for a week, 2 weeks. 6 months is a stretch.
Sure, look, these performers are all younger versions of myself, and I highly encourage them to go about what they're doing in the ways that I always did, which is to find enjoyment in what you're doing, focus on the positives. Yes, it's hot here, yes, we're doing a lot of hours, but we are the lucky ones. We're the entertainers at the moment in the world that are getting to make magic. We're getting to make people smile, we're getting to affect people, and that makes us the lucky ones. I think there's no motivation better in the world than the positivity of that.
Jason, thank you so much for your generosity. It's been lovely chatting to you, sir.
Likewise, and hi to everybody in South Africa.
Lovely. Jason Coleman there, the Artistic Director for what is known as Daily Entertainment here at Expo 2020. We've had to modulate our own voices because of the modulations taking place behind me. Really a performance well underway. It's already attracted, I think, scores of people. And this is important to mention because just seconds ago, there was no one gathered at the stage behind me. But that really speaks, Ntanta, to what you've mentioned at the beginning of our discussion. Expo 2020, in many respects, really comes alive towards the evening. The lights come up. Already, people are already enthused by it. Luckily, in Dubai, at like 7:30, which is round about where we're at, it's still about 32 degrees. So the outdoors are very much a place where you want to be. But, I mean, a context where almost 200 nations are gathered, where we once thought this would never happen because of COVID-19. You can imagine often people are walking around even surprised that something like this can still take place.
Well, Ayanda, I'll tell you what, I can't help but feel, or rather be envious of wanting to be in Dubai. And yeah, all the extravaganza happening there. Our reporter Ayanda Nyathi giving us all there is to know about all the developments at Expo Dubai 2021. We will be continuing to keep a close watch on all the developments there, as also importantly, South Africa getting an opportunity to showcase the country's rich history and culture out in Dubai.